She was my queen, a castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams, plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you later on in the form of a locket.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Somebody give me a sign. Any sign. Am I good? All right, perfect. So we're going to leave you with a short promo. And give me 1 second, everybody. 1 second. Let me just check something really quick. Whoopsie. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We will get through this. I promise you. The read will be short. Whoops. Okay. All righty. So let's see what the comments are saying. I hear the BRB music. All right. Very good. Okay. So here's the cover for the Children of Ark, which some of you have promoted today. Some of you are waiting for free copies of today. And some of you in the audience hopefully have bought today. In a short while, we are going to be announcing prizes for those of you who were kind enough to participate in the release day party by doing takeovers and self-promoting and also putting the word out. So you guys stick around so that we can engage you with an upcoming game. Before we get back to our reading, I'd like to give you this quick promo. Whoops, wrong page. Of One True Promotion. One True Promotion is an alliance of authors dedicated to promoting the indie community. So please enjoy this quick video made by our very own Nicholas George L. It'll tell you all about what we do. What's up, One True Promotion fans?
Hello. Hello.
You are here with the master himself, Arts and Media Director Nick, and I, of course, am the DOB, Director of Broadcasting, Alec, and we found this guy on the side of the road. Thought we'd let him join us, too.
But we call him Andrew Best.
We got Sanguinary Song. It's a supernatural first in the Sanguinary series of magical YA novels. Follows a young witch named Christina and basically her struggles in her past and trying to overcome what does it mean to become a witch, what are the responsibilities, all while that darkness is chasing her.
And I'm selling The Death of Earth. It's my first novel that I published. Daichi Hara has just become a death. With a new power and a forced quest, he must battle the powers of good and evil, save his friends, and find out the dark truth of his past.
Barker's Rules is my debut fiction novel. Melanie Greer is trapped in a desperate fight for survival. Justin Barker is not just any serial killer. He is a meridian killer with strength and speed unfathomable, and he has Melanie.
Barker, facing demons of his own, grants Melanie 3 merciful chances to violate his rules. Can Melanie see through Barker's deception and save herself, or will the obsessive Meridian Killer control her for the rest of her life?
Promotion for everything that you have done for me, team, everything that you have done to bring us forward in terms of promotion and marketing and publishing. So for those of you who have enjoyed the show tonight, let's get right back into it. This is what I previously read on mute, and now you can enjoy it, hopefully with the sound on. This is continuing our live reading of the Children of Ark. 2136 AD. Crashing thunder roaring furiously, monsoon winds threatening to rip him from the dirt and hurl him over the edge of the peak into the rushing rapids 3,000 feet below. His refuge beneath a massive boulder lasted for 30 minutes while he listened to crashing of thunder. The Grand Canyon had always been a home to some of the most intense lightning storms known to mankind. Now, the atmosphere of Earth had changed, and the lightning with it. Beams of bright red, sharp like daggers, and jagged like thorns touched the ground and created massive sandstorms, with water from the rapids launching into the air like tidal waves. There was no quiet anymore, only chaos and a presence in his shadow. The demon knight dared not look, for fear of the lightning blinding him, but he could listen. There was a second sound on the horizon. Not the crashing of thunder nor the roaring of wind, but the distant crackling of a voice. The creature was over 200 miles away from him, but that didn't stop its wings from shaking this boulder. He had only seconds to live. So he reached out and touched the presence in his shadow, tightening his grip on the thorny hilt of his sword, whose steel tongue shone pink as a rose quartz, and whose fiery embers glinted as red as blood. The knight opened his eyes just enough to spot the demon's eye, a glinting ruby melded into the bottom of the grip, staring back at him. For the knight, this ended everything. Every painful attempt at resistance, every word he spoke against it. Looking into that eye, he could see nothing else. He could feel a fire growing under his skin, and when it burned through, he made a fist and pounded his chest armor, which was painted as red as his blade. Then he rolled out from under the boulder, just as the winds became jagged, like invisible swords, and cut through the rock, rendering it an avalanche of rubble. The knight jumped down to a ledge near the top of the peak just as the wind strengthened, and an entire tree trunk blew across the rapids. He stuck the blade into the rock, and it held him to the earth. Through squinting eyes, he could see the beast coming. The largest animal on Earth, before the crisis had begun, was the Antarctic blue whale, stretching 90 feet and carrying over 100,000 pounds. The gentle whale had nothing in size or ferocity on the 200,000-pound beast flying towards the knight now. She opened her fanged jaw wide as her golden feathered wings continued forming those bladed winds, and from within her, a bolt of lightning, just like those raging from above, began to generate within her throat. On instinct, the knight thought to throw himself down into the rapids, knowing that he could easily survive the fall, but a hissing voice cautioned him against it. The rapids, a straight line of water, would become the blast target, and he would have no place to hide. So instead of hiding, he tried daring the beast to fly low so that he could leap onto the back of her neck, stick his steel through the gaps in her bladed armor, and pierce her massive jugular. As she fell, he'd reach down and pluck a feather as a reward. To dare the beast, he summoned energy that flowed through the blade and thus through him, and fired a golden sphere down into the rapids. It was a light as blinding as the falling streaks, and he saw the beast's eye turn downward. But she did not fly low. Instead, she craned back her wings once more, sending wide winds sweeping over the mountain peaks, the impact of which knocked the knight from his perch so that he was dangling over the edge. She flew upwards, her massive body turning day into night as the limited sunlight was veiled. And then her blast came. It struck the ledge from which he dangled, sending him plummeting towards the abyss below. Richard woke with his heart racing. He wiped sweat from his forehead. When he saw 3 beams of light shone through his partly risen blinds, he knew he was in his apartment and sighed in relief. September 2nd, 2145 AD. And that, my friends, is where our story picks up after the first chapter introducing dear old Richard. I'm afraid that's all we will be reading for this evening, as it is already 9 o'clock. We have had massive trouble all day long with technology software. Sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate, especially when you're doing a lot of things at once. So we persevered. We got through it. We posted all day. We went live multiple times today. We did 2 live readings. We what else did we do? This has been a jam-packed release day. We updated links. We shared links. We got people to buy. Ultimately, it was, I would say, a successful day. Now, people who are watching in the comments, give me some indication that I'm not muted. Please and thank you. Just let me know I am not muted. That would make me feel a whole lot better before I say anything else. Let's get those comments rolling in. Let's get them rolling in. Let me know. Let me know. All right, all right. Those of you out there can hear me, can't you? I see we have at least 3 watching live right now. Okie dokie. Very good. So I would like to, let me go to Facebook real quick. Whoop. Actually, nope, that wasn't the right link. Let me click this one here. Let's do a quick roll call. Who do I have watching in the comment section right now? Who's watching? If you're there, just say here, or huzzah, or hooray, release date, whatever you want to say. But if you're there, give me a quick heads up. That way I'll know who's playing. We're going to do a quick game to decide who gets to win a prize. So. I'm not seeing any comments rolling in. Has everybody gone away? Everybody away right now? Huh? Am I muted again? No mute, she says. What's happening? Am I muted again? My microphone's on. (9:03 p.m.) Oh, no. Oh, you mean no mute? Like there's no mute. Okay. All right. All right. Very good. Very good. All right, cool. We're in business. So Nick is here. Very good. Very good. I see Nick is here. I see Brielle is here. And where's the rest of our crew? Oh, hold on a second. I actually have a link I have to send. And then we will officially begin. All right, so in addition to the Children of Ark, which if you were a beta reader, which Brielle and Nick were, and Andrew was as well, you will be getting for free, as was promised at the beginning. So in addition to the Children of Ark, which some people are getting for free, we are publishing a short story with the Children of Ark. It is titled Deal's End. For those of you who have never heard of Deal's End, what? I thought this was the Children of Ark release day party. What is this Deal's End business? I didn't hear nothing about any of this. Well, I will let you know right now. Whoops, I opened the wrong file again. Can you believe it? Hold on a second. There we go. That's the right one. Deal's End is the riveting story of Eric Diggs, a junior criminal who signs on to a job with an unexpected, devastating cost and makes a split decision that may just cost him his life. Eric is surrounded on all sides by the worst the criminal underworld has to offer: a torturer who leads a double life, a cunning murderer with a nasty temper, and a shadowy client that animates all parties. Will Eric be able to escape with his life, or will his last deal be his end? That is Deal's End. It is a short story. It is a it is only about 18 pages or so. It is being published for free alongside the Children of Ark. So, as you can see, this will be one of our rewards for tonight. Normally, the short story would be given out as kind of proof of purchase. If you purchase the Children of Ark from me in person at an event, I will give you a complimentary code to download your free short story. But if you are meeting me online, we can do a little game for the short story as a reward. So, for your complimentary short story of Deal's End, I would like you to tell me a story. This is the game, folks. Are you ready for the game? I didn't make a graphic for the game. I apologize, but the game is on. I would like you to tell me a story about fighting a demon in one room of your own home. So you pick the room, which means it could be the bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, however you want to set this story. I want you to tell me a story. It could be dramatic and horrifying, or it could be just absolutely hilarious and exhilarating. But I want you to tell me a story about you battling a demon in your very own home. Best story wins a free copy of Deal's End. And while you are busy doing that, I believe we may have a surprise guest for this segment of our release day party. Let's go ahead and investigate. Oh my goodness!
Hey, can you hear me?
I do hear you. My goodness,
man,
what is up?
Alec, it's been so long.
I know. What is up, Deanna? Good to see you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm in my new and improved writing room. This was my daughter's old room. She's a nurse now, and she got her own place.
Amazing.
So I hijaked it.
It's great when the kids move out.
It's best. Great. It's really crazy. So I have my own room. I don't have to. Before, when I would talk to you, I was always in my room, and everybody would come in and out all the time. And it just seemed like that. So now I have this whole space to you. And Alec, how have you been?
I have been great. I've been working for 4 years on the Children of Ark.
And I know. You know what? I am so proud of you, everybody. Seriously, everybody follow this guy. He was, you are as a real strong supporter for authors, creativity, and that's how I got to know a lot of my friends. Is some of them are through you.
Awesome.
Seriously, man.
That's what One True Promotion is here for. Myself, Andrew, and all our collaborators, Nick, Rail, and Cameron. It's what we do, and we are happy to hear that back from you. Deanna, you have been doing awesome. Before we talk more about release day, I'd love for you to be able to do a little self-promotion. What has been going on with you lately?
So I'm actually working on book 2 right now. My first book is now in Barnes & Noble. I've had several Barnes & Noble book signings. And I have an audio book that we're working on with AR. Honestly, he nice. Oh my goodness, that I met him through you. And then he is, oh my God, he's so lovely. And then it looks like my book is being scripted to go to Hollywood again. So we'll see.
Amazing.
Yes, Alec, you'll be along for the ride. I'm not kidding, dude. You're amazing. Seriously.
Amazing.
Seriously.
Wow, that is so cool. How'd you go about getting a deal?
Well, so my publishing house, they actually had a movie that was up for an award in some of the film festivals, and now I wasn't there at that time, but through they actually got an award for like the best actor or whatever, best film, not the best film, but anyway. And so through that connections, they decided to re-look at my book. It got looked at in Paramount about 6 years ago. I mean, obviously nothing happened about it. So, you know, it is what it is, but it's really just God's blessing if you look at it like that. I mean, you know,
Amazing.
why this is, but dude, I mean, your book, everybody, seriously, that first book is good. Now, is this a sequel to that book or is this a one-off?
This is a brand new franchise. The Meridian trilogy will be wrapping up hopefully by the end of next year.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. But this, when the trilogy is done, this is actually the start of a new series, a longer
right.
series,
Right.
all about demon slaying.
Okay. So that I am so glad that because I've always been big into D&D, and one of my characters was a demon hunter. So when you said that, I'm like, holy crap. I mean, that I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't say that on this line.
That's all right. It's
But,
9 o'clock. I think we're good.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, that particular character had certain times of the moon seasons or certain times of the year I could read certain kind of runes, and I was able to go after these demons through you know, not through spells but just certain kind of you know, I had the ability to read ancient scrolls, and so I kind of hunted these demons through these ancient scrolls and figuring out where they are. It was a whole D&D. Unfortunately, that D&D got canceled after, you know, during COVID, and a lot of things have happened in other people's lives, and we've not been able to, you know, reconnect because of that. But that is really cool. I would love to hear other people's take on that. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been something I've worked on for a long time. The idea first came to me in 2011, actually. I was a freshman in college. I was sitting in my dorm room, and it was interesting. This was a season for me where I've been thinking about this a lot recently as we've approached release day. But that was really a season where I was just sitting in my room coming up with franchises, you know? Around that time, I did come up with Barker and the Meridian trilogy. I came up with this story. I came up with another fantasy series that's going to be worked on as well. It was like this almost a spring awakening for me as an artist. And out of that did come the Children of Ark. It was a very simple story when I first wrote it down. Very simple story. I tell you, it was about this much on a PowerPoint slide.
Right.
Now it's a novel.
Now, how long did that take you to go from that little bit to where you are now?
Well, I was really focused for many years on trying to improve as an artist before I tried some of the more challenging ideas. The first book that I published was Barker's Rules because I had a knack for creating a scary serial killer character.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a reflection of me or a reflection of the roommates that I had.
Oh,
Who knows? But that was what came naturally to me. And as my and that was around 2017. So once I got a little bit of publishing experience, I wanted to take a crack at Children of Ark. And I wrote the first draft in 2019, and getting it ready for publication was the next 3 years after that. And here we are.
Now, was that part of that 365-day challenge? Was that the book that you fleshed out during that challenge?
Ooh, great question. Actually, no. I went into betas in August, last August. Oh, geez, that's a whole year ago now.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I went into betas before the challenge, actually, and it was decided that the novel needed a little bit more work. So I worked on it for the fall season, and we did a final round of betas around December. And then that was when the challenge began. So actually, I was writing the second book during the 365-day challenge, which is currently drafted and being worked on too. So it will continue, folks.
Wow. You know, I mean, I'm so proud of you. I have so many ideas that I don't know if they're ever going to see the light of day. You know, some of them I think are some of my ideas become like a exercise for writing versus become novels. Some will become novels. Some may just be in my head, quite frankly, or like you said, that bit. But I am really proud of you that you took that. Yeah. You know, now I was going to ask you, and maybe for whoever's listening, if there's authors or just whoever on the how was I going to phrase this? So do you have what time do you get these ideas? Is there like a season? Is there like a place? Is there
Ooh.
just the way, I mean,
Ooh, I love that question. Thank you for asking it. So to go back to the 365-day challenge, it's actually, like, in my opinion, one of the best things an artist can do, because
I gotta still do it, man.
yeah, I tell you, just the daily practice of writing down something has caused me to get ideas year round,
Okay,
like
so I
random
can do
ideas.
that.
Yeah, and before
wrong?
that, I would say that I did get a lot of my ideas in the fall season.
Yeah, why is that?
I feel like it's close to Halloween
Yeah,
and
there
the
you go.
changing season and all that, and I think that the cold wind coming in
Look
is
at my
almost
cup.
yeah, when the leaves start to change and that cool wind comes in, it almost
there's
feels kind of rustic, and it's just
Okay,
like,
so I'm not alone with this then, right?
no, definitely not.
Wow. It doesn't it seem more to me, it's always seemed rustic. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I have
Oh, it's fine.
ADHD with my
Yeah, me
mind.
too.
Yeah, I
Among
don't know.
friends.
So it always seemed to be like nostalgic. And I
Mhm.
don't know why, really. I've always loved history. I have a degree actually in
Mhm.
anthropology and archaeology, and so I always enjoyed that season. But there's something that's different than the spring and the summer versus the fall, and maybe it is like you said, like I don't know. I mean, I've never really been able to pinpoint why that is, and
Absolutely.
I don't know. But there is something to
Yeah.
me. I don't know if it's just like it's getting colder. You can wear, like your hoodies. Not that I can't wear it now, but you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
And there
Absolutely.
just seems to be more of inspiration for writing. Not that I shouldn't be writing every day, obviously, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, like, I guess it's possible that the seasons affect us all individually, you know what I mean? Like, I know
Maybe.
that in the middle of winter when it's snowing outside and I'm stuck inside around all my familiars, I
You're
don't
right.
really get too many new thoughts. But when I have a chance to just go out and walk around and really, like, take in nature and stuff, it kind of, see, I feel like it's that constant dopamine rush, it kind of
Maybe.
clogs up your
Maybe.
head, and when you get away from that, when you get out into the world, your thoughts start flowing freely.
All
It
right,
all starts.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm actually an endurance cyclist, and
Hmm.
when I go out and bike, and I'm actually a part of a group. But there is something about, and exercise does that too. But there's something about being outside that really, I think you really hit on something. Now, what's nice about the room that I'm in now is that I have a window. I mean, it's dark here now, right by my desk, so I could open it. I could, get like the rush of the smells of whatever is out there, and in light, the light also affects that for me. So in a way, this room has been, and you see I got that was a gift from
Yep.
Kurt Cobain.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man, I
Amazing.
actually have a friend that owns one of his houses. I was able to spend time there. It was beautiful. Though see
Cool.
how I'm starting off on a totally different tangent, which has nothing to
That's all
do with
right.
this. Oh man,
It is so great to have you. What is the best thing we can do to support you where you're
oh
at right
my
now?
goodness. You know what? I don't know. You have just the nature of you and Andrew are phenomenal. Well, my books now are in Barnes and Noble. There are some they're starting to trickle down to other stores. But Amazon, you could go on Barnes and Noble or whatever. I have some a brand new merch that I'm actually going to be launching. So but and then the same thing to you. How can we do that for you, my
Thank
friend?
you. Thank you so much. It is such a
Seriously.
pleasure to have you here. Well, I'm glad you asked. The Children of Ark is currently available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. I was
Okay.
very excited earlier today when I was able to add it to my link tree on Instagram right at the top. So if you click my bio on Instagram, you'll find a link that'll take you straight there
So I
where
can just
people
share
can
your
purchase.
bio. I'll just share your
Yep.
Instagram.
If
Yep.
people go to my Instagram, then go to the link tree right at the top is the Children of Ark, and then they
That's
can
really cool.
click to buy. It is cool. I love Linktree. I love it.
You know
And
what?
yes,
That Yes, Linktree is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it out now, or is there like a
It's out.
release date?
This is it.
All
Today's
right.
the release.
That's why I can
Yep. We got it. Yeah,
Oh, man.
absolutely.
Oh, my-
Speaking of which, sorry to cut you off, but
No.
it looks like we've given the audience enough time to write their demon stories for a
Oh,
free
that's
prize.
awesome.
So if you'll stick with me for a moment, we'll dive into these. Starting with Brielle. Okay. True story. I once had a dream where a demon crawled out of my sink in the kitchen and disemboweled me. I woke up in a cold sweat with severe stomach pains.
Oh my God.
So that might have been an actual, I'm not trying to scare you, Brielle, but that might have been an actual event right there.
That's freaky.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's one demon story. That's in the running for a prize. Let's try this next one. This one's on my phone, not trying to be rude. Here we go. This one's from Mr. Nicholas Georgel. While Nick was busy, third person. Okay. All right. While Nick was busy dusting the bookshelves, he heard his PS5 start beeping in a sharp pattern. He turned his head, and to his addled surprise, his PS5 hopped off the TV stand and stared him down. The console had grown arms and legs with 2 red eyes. Obviously, it had turned into a Decepticon from Transformers. Moving quickly, Nick thrust the Swiffer brush into the disk drive, and the Decepticon sputtered and sparked uncontrollably. It collapsed onto the floor, and so Nick removed the Swiffer from his fallen foe and continued to dust the shelves.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's good.
No therapy, no nothing. He just went right back to dusting
Oh my
shelves. That's good. Yep. My goodness. All right.
Yeah. Wait. No exorcisms.
Nope. Just a Swiffer. Just a Swiffer, folks. If you do not own a Swiffer in your home, that is what will actually save you from a demonic possession.
That should be a meme. Seriously,
It
it
should
should be a meme.
It really should. I think we have a pretty strong contender there.
Yes,
that was
we
a good
do.
one. That was a good story. Okay. All right. So, and now we have one from Andrew.
Oh, geez.
Oh, boy. Gators everywhere. Teeth brandished, drool pooling on the kitchen floor. I was hungry for meatloaf.
Oh,
He
Lord.
was hungry for me. He lunged at me with his jaw wide and turned. Out of the darkness she came, fur white as snow with a gray patch. Her claws dug deep into the gator, who thrashed out in pain. Sophie twisted her claws, and the gator let out a cry. It turned and retreated into the darkness, never to be seen again. My meatloaf saved. But now Sophie wanted her dinner.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Andrew.
my goodness. Wow. The cat that slew a demon. Who would have thought?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Wow. Swiffer Cleaner is also pet safe. Swiffer has a statement about that on their website. That is true. Pet safe, demon deadly, it turns out. Or Decepticon deadly. All right. So, friends, these are wonderful stories.
They are
My
good.
Goodness.
Like
Deanna,
literally, those could be turned into short stories.
They
for
could.
reals.
Easily. Very easily.
And maybe just for for reals, for funsies and giggles, or just to submit.
Absolutely. How do we pick a winner? What do you think?
I don't know. Sure. Oh, Andrew.
Well,
And
I loved the narrative prowess in Nick's. I also loved the cat coming to the rescue in Andrew's. So it's tough
I do
for
too.
me. Very tough.
It is a tough one. Oh God,
Nick
I don't know.
says-
That Swiffer was.
I did happen to be dusting the bookshelf with the Swiffer today. That was the inspiration.
Oh,
Way to-
that's funny.
Way to take a challenge and run with it, my friend. Very good. Very good.
Oh man, I don't know.
Let me just check to make sure nobody wrote any told me there was any more stories. I don't see any more. You're welcome to write one too if you like, Deanna.
Well, can I just tell you mine?
You sure can.
Okay.
Go for it.
It's kind of based on real. Maybe like the first one. Maybe I need an exorcism. Lord God help us. But this one was during when I was writing my first book. And are you still here?
I'm still here.
Okay, sorry.
This is your story now.
Okay, just because the screen switched, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So there was a period where it had to be spiritual warfare, and I literally yelled out, and I, to whoever it was, demon. I'm like, you can't take this story. You can't have anything with this story. But then I switched it all together and I said, you know what? If you're here, why don't you just clean my house? Just if you're not going to leave me, do something for me at least. Vacuum, sweep, maybe a Swiffer, whatever. But so that was just something that I yelled out and screamed. But it was kind of freaky though, Alec. It was a little bit freaky. I actually heard something smash. Like this is for reals. I was in another room and there was no one home. My daughters, they were younger, way younger, and they were at a friend's house, and my husband was coming home from work from Chicago. And I'm up in my room, and we just got wood floors, and I heard this loud crash. And I went down, and there was no evidence. And that's when I said, get out of my house. You know, I'm screaming to nobody, or maybe to a legion. And I'm like, get out of my house. And then I said, if you're not going to leave, clean my house, do some laundry. That's what I did. So I literally, so part of it's, you know, I mean.
And did it?
Well, I still have to clean the house. I don't have a house elf. These demons aren't doing anything. Well, I don't want a demon. Let's just go back. I don't want a demon.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good story. That's a good story. I know exactly how you feel. If you're going to be here, at least do something usgruseful. Oh my goodness.
Honestly. Or I just say in the name of Jesus, leave.
Seriously.
Jesus,
yes. Leave or grab a mop. That's what I say.
Get a job.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. All right. I think it's time to select a winner. Oh man, can I have two? You know what? I'm gonna go for two. All right. I think I'm going to. So the runner-up is going to be Deanna, because I really did enjoy that story.
Oh Lord, are you serious? You're so
I'm
cute.
serious. So you are gonna get a free copy of Deal's End. And for the first place, we are gonna go with oh man, I'm so sorry, Andrew and Brielle, but I gotta go with the Swiffer story. Gotta go with the Swiffer story. I have to. I have to.
You know, honestly, me and that person could join up cahoots with me telling the demons to get a job, man.
That's right. That's right. I got a Swiffer right here. It just killed a Decepticon. And now, demon, it is yours. Enjoy it. Get to work. Love it.
Back, you demon.
This is so fun, Deanna. I'm so glad you came on for the end of
I
our
am
day.
too. I'm so glad I saw your message. I mean, I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while.
I know. I've been away. It's been hard work to get this particular novel put together on time. And a lot of people really came together. Andrew, Brielle, Nick really came together and helped me get through it. So
wait a minute. Don't I still owe you a book?
I think I didn't get one.
Yeah, and I was supposed to send it now. I don't. In fact, I'm going to be getting a shipment because at that time, was that during COVID? That may have been during COVID.
I believe it might have been.
And actually, I wasn't doing anything. So we are ordering a book, and then I'm going to send you your book. How's that?
Wonderful. Sounds good.
Or
sounds good.
Somehow you're going to get one, as I feel that's terrible.
That's all right. Seriously, because. No, you know why? It's not so terrible because I'm going into a season now that this is finally done, that this book is finally out, that I'm going to be able to read a lot more. So now's the best time.
Okay.
I'm going to add it to the list.
I mean, there wasn't anything really going on during COVID, honestly. Mm-hmm. So I had, we didn't invest in any kind of shipments. And then, but we are going to be getting a shipment and I'm going to.
Perfect.
Oh my God. I just thought about that. I'm like, that is just jacked up. I mean, why did I?
That's all right. And what is the title again?
The title is Abyss of the Fallen.
Abyss. That's right. Abyss of the Fallen.
Yeah, and that book. On a serious note, every book has a hotline for suicide. It deals with mental health in a fictional setting. And honestly, I've met. I mean, you don't want to meet people that struggle with this, but you. But I'm meaning I wish they didn't have these issues. Yes. But as it is, I mean, I struggle with things myself, and I have met people that have used the hotline. I could have cared less if they liked my book or not. It didn't matter to me. But, so, and actually, honestly, Alec, it would be neat to do something with mental health, eventually at some point,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. As an educator now, that's another thing that kept me a little quieter all year long was I officially
Right.
became an English teacher in
Oh,
October.
you
Yes,
did.
I did. Yes. So,
Oh
and
my
it
goodness.
turns out the tales were all true. I had no life for the next several months.
Oh my goodness. Oh
So,
my
but
goodness.
yes, as an educator, mental health, especially as a person, but especially as an educator, mental health means a lot to me too. So I would definitely love to talk more about that
Yeah.
and how we could put out the good word. And I
Yeah.
love that you include that in your books because honestly, we indie artists, we have more influence than we think we do.
Yeah. Right.
We
Right.
authors, we really do. When somebody picks up our books and just finds the right thing in it, even if it's
Right.
what you chose to include there, it really can, in my opinion, save a life. I had somebody in recovery once tell me that just reading one of my books distracted them from it enough for them to get through it.
No. See, now
Yeah.
that's really, really powerful. And
Mhm.
honestly, we're. I mean, we live in a better age where we can at least talk about it. I mean, there's still. I mean,
Mhm.
of course, there's still stigma out there, but we're living in a better time where, like you said, we can address it, and that person got some relief from
Mhm.
reading something that you wrote. That's really actually a miracle.
It is, and I think it's
Think
also
about it.
miraculous that you have that number in every book that you publish. It's not hard for me to believe your books are making an impact.
Oh
Very
God, I hope
cool.
so. I hope so.
Oh,
I mean, if I had a legacy, that's what I would want to leave. And you know
amazing.
what? And that's honestly, even with Barnes and Noble, when they were talking to me, there's very few examples of that mental health in fantasy. It's
Mhm.
really rare. I mean, it shouldn't be,
Yeah.
but it is. So, hey, this is a call for everybody. Get out there if you guys have anything.
Mhm.
But please support Alec. He's and it's not just because we're friends. I mean, you're a good writer. You're a good
Thank you.
writer.
I appreciate that, and so, as are you. I cannot wait to read Abyss of the Fallen. Is that on Amazon?
It is on Amazon. You can get it in Barnes and Noble. You can request to have them get it in their local Barnes and Noble. However it goes.
Very nice.
But this is all gravy, right? God's been so good to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and me as well. Well, folks, I feel like that's about rounds out our prizes for the evening. So I am going to say that the release day party is officially in wrap up mode, and I'm glad, Deanna, you are here to share that with me. But
I
we,
am too. I am
yeah,
too.
we are officially wrapping up. So, everybody, for a chance to win a free copy of the Children of Ark, and this you might be somebody who's already getting a free copy in the mail, but you could always take another free copy to store away for a Christmas gift or for a family member or whatever you want. So, for our second prize game, and this will round out the release day event for those of you that are still watching. So, Deanna, for context, the last game was tell me a true story about you facing a demon in one room of your house.
Right.
So they could pick whatever room they wanted and set whatever mood they wanted to set, which is how we ended up with the Swiffer. So for this second event, I would like you to write me a short poem. Now, remember, folks watching, there's a lot of ways to write a poem. You could do blank verse, free form, freestyle. I would like you to write me a short poem about the most unhelpful hero who has ever visited your home.
Oh my God.
So, The Children of Ark, for context, is a book about demons, but it's also a book about a demon slayer, a hero, in my opinion. So, for the second game, I would like you to write me a short poem about the most unhelpful hero that ever visited your home. And while I'll give everybody a few minutes to do that.
Oh my God.
And we will take a short break, Deanna, and
Okay.
we'll be right back.
Okay.
And we are back.
Ooh,
I'm not trying to rush it. I'm just engaging with the crowd. We are back, folks, and I'll address some comments here. Nick, there's no need to tap out since you won the first round. It also didn't have to be a true story. Brielle just chose to tell a true story, and it was a very good story. But your story was the winner. Nobody needs to tap out. We are having fun here. Folks, one thing that I haven't marketed today that I would like to plug real quick. I do publish books. I publish Barker's Rules, and I've published Children of Ark, which is the main event. But I am also running a podcast known as Pen Night Radio, a podcast for writers to get some writing advice before they go back to work. Turn that blank page into a full page with some quick writing tips from somebody who gets it. Pen Night Radio has been partly streaming this entire event. Both of the live readings we did streamed on Pen Night Radio today. So if you guys want to go to Spotify or anywhere else that has a podcast and check that out, I would really appreciate it. My personal goal is to really increase the podcasting, broadcasting element of my publications. So the day will come where you see me less on social media and you hear me more on the podcast, and I'll be letting you know there what books are coming out. So please do go over and give the podcast a listen if you haven't. Again, it's Pen Night Radio. I will put that right here and flash it on screen for everybody, since I know I just said a mouthful. Whoops, here it is. Pen Night Radio, a podcast for writers. I was unofficially knighted by a fictional character, which means you do not have to call me sir. On Pen Night Radio, Alec or PK will do just fine. Just fine. We are all equals at Pen Night Radio. I call you my knights. I tell you right on, slay those demons that are holding you back. And we get into the nitty gritty of writing. Just, it's not so much like motivational speeches or anything. It's really just trying to dig deep into what specific thing is tripping me up from writing today and how do we get around it. So, yeah, that's the podcast.
Now, hey, when does that start?
Oh, that's out. I posted the last episode last week, and today both of our live readings for Calipar streamed to it
Right.
live. So you could go and listen to it right after the show if you like.
Mm-hmm. I will.
Thank you so much. Oh, private chat. True. That's private. That's why it was in the private chat. Okay, so we have one haiku here. Ooh, a haiku. I like haikus. We'll start with the haiku. Here we go. This is from Brielle. Exterminator, carpenter bees surround me. Why have you failed so? A haiku about dissatisfaction. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Very short. Haikus were always my favorite in high school because they were short. So, how we doing, Deanna? You need a little more time?
I think I'm done. Mine's
all right.
More, well, Diana-esque. I don't know how else to say it.
That's all right. Hey, we welcome everybody here.
I don't know how much of a poem it is, but I put down, if I knew what I know now, which is probably not the best grammar, none of this would have happened in my house. We let in a demon, not in spirit, but in flesh. No horns, no hatchet, but a smile. Can I have coffee with you? Would you mind? Just one cup, nothing out of line. One cup turned into two, then three, the worst decision for me. The smile once upon a face turned into scowls. The coffee once good, now a poison chalice. If I knew what I know now, this would have never happened in my house. So that's just, I mean,
that is brilliant, Deanna. Brilliant. And to write it on the fly like that, very impressive.
Ugh.
Very impressive. And thank you for...
Well, the grammar is probably sick.
Yeah, no, it's great. Perfect. All right, folks. The winner of the second challenge is Deanna. It's you.
Oh,
Very
you're
well
so
done.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
So you will be getting a free copy of Children of Ark just as soon as they ship. So all I'll need is the mailing address in private, and I will send that to you as soon as I can. Signed, of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
These are actually really good challenges. I mean, it's really good practice, everybody. Just brainstorm.
That's how I like to do giveaways. I like to do word games, like to do quick writing challenges. I'm an English teacher. What can I say?
Yeah, right. Hey, do you have times in the year where you do like creative writing?
Like specific times where I write.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean in the classroom?
yeah.
You know, I just did my first year in the district that I'm in, and I was working like rapidly to try to keep up with the curriculum they wanted me to do. But I do think that where I can, even if it's like a little tiny assignment every other day, I think I'd like to get them writing creatively
That's
more
cool.
often.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because the sad thing was, the 4 marking periods focused on narrative writing, argumentative writing,
Mm.
informational writing, and literary analysis were the other 3. Now you can imagine they hated 3 out of the 4, but they actually really enjoyed narrative writing. So my one big regret from my first year was that I didn't bring that back enough. But I think this year will be a little different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
to get people inspired and
Yeah, they don't like to read very much, but they do like to be creative. It's very interesting.
right.
And I work with a very musical student population as well. So I'm also thinking about getting them to do beats more often, maybe do a
That's
little
cool.
freestyling in what
Yeah.
they write. Yeah.
Right. And I always think that, I mean, not just about the demons, but I think writing is like an exorcism in
Oh,
a
yeah.
way, to kind of get, maybe there's things that go on, and it doesn't always have to be bad things. I mean, there's just, writing has a way of, kicking out the crap, if you will, or
Absolutely.
accentuating things that you don't remember. I mean, I think it's easier to remember the bad stuff
Hmm.
and don't really honor the good stuff,
Mhm.
or maybe I give too much, time to the bad stuff, versus the good stuff. So
Yeah.
honestly, this exercise of the poem, that's really cool. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad it could be helpful, and thank you for taking the challenge. So, oh, what's this? Brielle says, my junior year English teacher had us keep a journal in her room. At the start of class, we would collect our journals and spend 15 or so minutes with creative writing, either responding to a prompt or free writing. It was a nice quiet moment at the start of class that grounded me after a hectic day. Now, that's
Is
really cool.
That's really cool.
I love that teacher. I love that teacher a lot.
No, that's really neat. That's
Very
really
cool.
neat.
Very cool. Very good.
And then you can even look back on it, right? You could go back. I mean, I have things that I'm like, oh my goodness, did I really write that way back when?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a friend of mine that they had kind of the similar experience of that individual who just talked about their journal. And they're now reworking one of them, 20 years later into a story. So you never know where those things may go.
Absolutely. Yes, and then we took them home at the end of the year. I love that.
Wow. That's
Very
really
good.
cool.
Very good. That is something, if I do that this year, will really challenge my organizational skills as an instructor. Got to make sure everything has a place where it goes and that area is undisturbed.
Yeah, that's really challenging for me.
Yes, me as well.
Oh goodness.
Yes. It's
so why can't that demon be an organizational help?
Yep. I know, it's amazing. They seem to love to do anything but what's actually helpful. And that's why we got to exercise them. We focus too long on them, we get all tangled up. So, Deanna, this was awesome. Thank you for joining me to spend my release day with me. This was awesome. And it was really great to see you.
It's very great to see you again. You guys, seriously, read his book. I am telling you, people,
Thank you.
Really
and
good.
Yours as well, Abyss of the Fallen, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Love it. Can't wait.
But the thing that I always told about you, Alec, is that I mentioned this to many, many people. And in fact, maybe we can have some of the other author friends that you've never met onto your show. Well, are you going to be doing this less, did you say, and more on the podcast end, or how's that going to go?
We'll still be doing this.
Okay.
Everywhere
because you do have a way of putting people at ease and helping them, because for some people it's hard for them to get to talk about this stuff,
Absolutely. That's what we try to do. Put everybody at ease, get them in front of an audience,
right.
I'll reiterate, because it's been a while since we did drop a line consistently with all the challenges, but it is coming back bi-weekly right now.
Right.
intending to go all year long. So your friends are welcome to hop on this
Yeah.
year. But yeah, I will reiterate from the beginning, Drop a Line is a grab a coffee and chill out show. You know, go to your area where you like to be, turn on your
Right.
webcam, get your coffee or whatever you drink, and we just chat like normal.
Now,
That's Drop a Line.
when is your next time around? What is the? Do you have dates already set, or so I can
The
actually shout
next,
it out to?
yes, the next Drop a Line. Let me check the calendar here real
Okay.
quick. The next Drop a Line should be, I
Thanks.
believe, the 19th of August.
Oh wow. Ooh, that's coming up. Ooh, that is coming up, isn't it? Now, is that 9 o'clock your time?
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock my time.
Yeah,
So a
8
little
o'clock your
bit,
time, Eastern.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
hmm But
Yeah.
we're flexible.
Well, but I mean, but seriously, I mean, there is a really relaxing vibe that you give off because for some people, talking about their stories is challenging. I mean, to read them out loud or to talk about because we do this in private, right?
hmm
So you were very engaging and very accepting, and that is what drew me to keep being on here. Seriously, I mean,
Thank you.
that's you, man. So
Thank you.
yeah.
That's what we strive to do here. That's the brand. That's One True Promotion. So
Yeah.
that's exactly what we try to do. We try to be a strong support. That's
Yeah.
about it. So
Ooh, is there some? Oh, hang on. Every service person. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Hopefully. I was just reading I didn't even know there was chats going on. I'm like, oh,
yep,
okay. I
absolutely.
didn't even see that, you guys. I'm
Oh yeah.
quickly
Oh yeah,
chatting.
that was just me having a little admin chat behind the scenes. I've been doing it all day. It's been a hectic day, but a rewarding day. Thank you all for celebrating my release with me.
Yes.
Deanna, do you have any closing remarks for our audience?
Just really, really blessed to. I'm so glad that I looked. I'm so glad that you sent me a message. It was really cool because I probably wouldn't have known which would have been a real bummer. But just for everybody, honestly, to read his book, to if you have, you know, dude, I don't know. It's just an honor being on here. There's just so much I could say and very little time to say it in. But I want to thank you for that, for me to
You
be.
know what? We love having you on. We love your energy. We love your sense of support. And it was a pleasure to have you. And yes, thank you all for celebrating the release of one of my favorite projects I've ever worked on with me. You guys have been awesome. Thank you. Love you. And good night, everybody.
Good night.
Whoopsie.